YouTube. I'm Dax Carlisle. I'm here with Michelle Matheny. Charlotte's going to be joining us in a little bit. Welcome to the cafe, everybody. Come on in, get your coffee or tea, pull up a chair. Let's hang out, and we'll do some readings and everything. This is our uh, coffee social in the middle of the week here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're trying it out at a new time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, Pacific Coast time. So
I
that's
like this time so far.
that's 5 p.m. New York time, East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, Maria Amethyst is in there, Ladybug, Dan, me, Michelle. Howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing? Um, I've had a horrendous weekend. My mom passed away on Friday unexpectedly. I mean, she was 84, so I mean, we knew sometime, you know, but yeah, it was just crazy. Still is, still is.
Yeah.
Had to cancel shows on the weekend, so
Our
and
condolences.
thank you.
It's a rough go, I know.
Dan and Michelle called me. I talked to Charlotte like nonstop every day.
Good.
She was like uh Miss Wellness Coach. It was great. I went down to the American Legion Post yesterday and everybody was giving me their condolences and such. I had to get um we have a video screen there that has these slides that I make on Photoshop that show all the upcoming events at the post. It's like 20 something of them, 30.
Wow.
So I wanted to get those up for April because it was April 1st.
Yes.
There was an executive board meeting too, but I was like, I told the commander and the adjutants, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go to the e-board meeting. I don't want to be there that late, you know.
I don't blame you.
No, no, because I didn't want to leave dad alone. And
Yeah.
next week I'll go to the general membership meeting. That's from like 7 to 8 p.m. on next Tuesday. But I just wasn't feeling it. And in fact, I didn't even know, we canceled those shows on the weekend. I didn't even know if we were going to do today's show, but I was feeling better by today. It's Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I think we should just do it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, pop it in the chat. Charlotte's supposed to join us. Sh-
Yay.
she's shoveling out some hay for her sheep. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll be joining us and popping in here. Meanwhile, I have a card of the day. Oh my God. And
Well,
I showed
I
that to you, Michelle, in the group.
yeah.
It was so apropos. We should do that. Did you pull cards?
I did not. I was not
Oh, you don't have to.
prepared to pull cards, but I do have to say I
Hmm.
need a reminder that I want a sheep. I need her to send me one.
Send you one. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a little one.
Well, they grow bigger though. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's true. That's
It's like
okay.
it's like you get the cute little alligator, but then it ends up 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So card of the day is this from the Llewellyn deck. I got the the five of pentacles. It's hard to read that. It's like, duh, I should be able to tell from the picture, but that five, the F looks like a T. So I was going two of pentacles. No, it's five of pentacles, which is apropos for the current situation, right? The Five of Pentacles in tarot often suggests a period of hardship, financial struggle, or feeling isolated, but it also advises seeking help and support and recognizing resources available to overcome adversity. And you'll see the stained glass behind the two individuals that are quote unquote out in the cold. Well, there's sanctuary, there's help, there's assistance, advice, and support right behind them in the church behind them. Yep. So, with my mom passing away on Friday, and I just figured, wow, this is perfect. It
Mm-hmm.
it lets me know and others in the same situation that hey, there's help out there. There's advice, there's support. If you're feeling isolated, get out with other people, even if it's online, you can do that, right? But
Yep, absolutely.
definitely a period of hardship.
And I wanted to, for my April deck,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use the this really cool deck called the Shuffle Tarot,
The
partially
show.
because April Fool's Day in my life is all month long. So here is that same card, the Five of Pentacles,
Oh, okay.
in this deck. And really, like Dax was saying, it's this is the time to reach out. Like here are two people right here, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're helping each other out.
Right.
So it looks more like they're causing trouble in this picture. But just to re-edify with this card,
Maybe
yeah,
a
it's
bunch
all
of
about being there
kids
for each other. Yeah.
doing stuff.
Yeah, but they're together, they're a group. And like Dax was saying, this is a time to really reach out. And even if you have to do it online, sometimes that is the best way. And to
Yep.
really seek a support group for somebody that might need that is really, really important.
Because you
And I
recently
just
went through a
wanted to
loss
share this.
too.
I did. In
Yeah.
fact, in 2 days, it'll be my son's first birthday
Wow.
that has passed with him not being here.
Yep.
My son passed
And
away
your
in
birthday's on
December.
Sunday.
My birthday's on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be 25 again.
25 again. God, I was going to say 39 and holding. It's like, wow, you go really young.
Well, okay, so technically you take your two numbers and you swap them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sometimes people do that. Wait,
yeah,
I'm going to be 16. That's crazy. Uh,
right?
but yeah, getting younger instead of older. My one
Hmm.
friend was talking about something about, I can't remember what we were on to. It was something about some transplants and things. And I said, I'm holding out for the whole body transplant.
Right.
Oh, I know what it was, is because his mom's getting a knee replacement.
Oh,
Yeah, we were talking about, my mom passing on Friday, and his mom's getting a knee replacement, and my sisters did too. And
yeah, I'm holding out as long as
my sister's
possible.
mom, because we're half siblings. And and I said, I'm holding out for the whole body transplant. He says, well, what's wrong with you? I said, well, not anything really. Built in 1964, all original parts, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't turn down, the 26-year-old body transplant to a
right?
body. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, I was watching a sci-fi movie where there was this anomaly and they had to go in and check it out, but the stresses were too much for the human body. So they came up with humans 2.0, which were like replacement bodies, but they were, like a robot, but you put the brain in it,
Mm,
you know?
yeah,
And it's like, I don't want the robot body, but I'll take a 26-year-old
yeah,
body, that has the brain cavities empty and you can just pop my brain in there.
right? Yeah, absolutely. I would do that.
If I knew everything that I know now and was to get a 26-year-old body replacement, oh my God, I'd make so much money.
Right.
It's
I
like,
would do so many things different. So
yeah, because
many things.
I was a dummy at 26. It's like, oh my God, I would start all kinds of new stuff. Anyway, oh, by the way, as far as the sheep goes, Dan says, no, we already have a farm.
Uh,
It's
well, we'll just slide it in. He'll never see it.
yeah. By the
We'll
way,
just pretend it's one of the dogs.
yeah. by the way, if anybody's got a question, if you just want a message from the universe, just pop it in the chat. Say, I'd like a message from the universe. If you have a very specific question, just type out that question and we'll get
Absolutely.
it. Yep. Yep. And if you're a member, you can join us. You can join us on the Zoom and ask your questions on cam or audio only if you're shy, but you can actually get on camera on the Zoom. That's how Michelle and I are doing the shows. You know, we're on Zoom and hopefully Charlotte will be joining us. And yeah, members can join us now. And so if you're like a student in my course, Tarot by the Numbers, you can come in on any of these shows, join us on the Zoom, and we will give you priority. We'll take your questions first. So if you have a question about the course, about tarot, about numerology, how to do this, how to do that, how does this work, how does that work, you can join us on these Zooms and get live feedback, live coaching, and mentoring. If you're one of our members and you want to chit chat about your business, get business advice, business coaching, success coaching, there we go. If you want to get a reading, you know, we'll spend more time with you and we'll even let you ask more than one question when you're live on cam with us as a member. That's right. Oh, speaking of that, Michelle, ha 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 ha. I put together a spring sale and it's for membership, but also you get my course, you get your professional certification, all included. So my course is normally $299. Professional certification is 138. Okay. We're doing $49 a month for 4 months. So $49 gets you started. You pay 49 today. Next month, a month from today, you pay 49 again, and then two more times, and then you're done. And you'll have my course, your certification, and your membership for a year. Normally, membership is $78 a year. Course is $299. Certification is on sale for $67 right now, but it's normally that's half price. Normally, it's $138. Okay, so 49 a month for 4 months comes out to 196. If you don't want to make four payments, if you want to make just one, you can save an additional 10% and it'll be one payment of $177. So saving hundreds here, folks. Not only that, Michelle, remember what I told you in the green room? Are you there, Michelle? Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't hear Michelle. Oh, she must be taking care of the dog or something like that. Charlotte's online. Hopefully she'll pop on soon. Um, I decided that, this deal is is actually for the annual membership paid up for a full year where you can join us on these Zooms. You can join us for our live workshops, classes. You'll get my course, professional certification. But I've decided the first 10 people to sign up for this package deal, either at the four payments of 49 or the one payment of 177, the first 10 people to grab this package deal will get
I
lifetime
don't
membership in the guild. Lifetime membership. Hey, Charlotte, you're muted.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's my computer or your computer, but I am missing half of everything you're saying.
Oh, that's strange.
I've been able to hear everything, but I was just going to say all this math, I'm about to log back off again. Boy, it's making my brain hurt, and I've only been here for less than 5 minutes.
Well,
Oh, Dad.
I try to make it really simple. It's just $49. It's like
Yeah, but then you add all the options. Oh my gosh.
well, everything's included.
My
That's the
tower of power has tipped over.
that's the beauty of the well, you can shut off your camera, Charlotte, and get yourself all situated and then turn it back on.
There
Uh,
we go.
Michelle's having technical issues there. Dan, what's going on? Did you help Michelle? Is everybody hearing us in the chat? Maybe there's something going on with the YouTube feed or something. So,
I can hear
Maybe.
you just I can hear you just fine. I haven't missed a single word, and I mean,
oh, good,
except
good.
for when I wasn't here. I mean, obviously didn't hear that part because I'm
So
not
then
clairvoyant.
we know it's a Michelle issue.
Dang
It's
it,
always a
Michelle!
Michelle issue.
Yeah, yeah. Let me
My job is to be the problem child, Michelle. You've got to find another job.
yeah,
Right?
that's already taken. That's already taken. So you guys
Okay.
just to finish up on that real quick, you guys can go to this URL here, psychic.cafe/spring. Psychic.cafe/spring. And it'll explain it all to you there. And I just put the link in the chat. So I'm trying to make it super easy. Everything's included, and you can get started for $49. I think it's an awesome sale. Michelle looks like she's frozen there.
I better not be frozen.
Okay, now you're good. Hey, I did want to say something. I wanted to thank Maria Moss and her husband Artie. You know, they're in Florida. They're getting prepared, set up, whatever, to go to New York on hiatus. So that means the Angelic View is going to go on hiatus. So when Maria found out that my mom passed away on Friday, this is what she sent. Amazon Prime. It's a in loving memory of your mother, and it's shaped like an angel because you know her show is the Angel Show, and it's really cool. It's got this nice little passage on here and everything. So I wanted to show everybody and thank Artie and Maria for sending me this. I mean, it showed up yesterday or the day before. I can't remember.
I think
Wow.
I think it was the day before is when you showed it to me.
Yeah. So that's Monday. So it happened on Friday. I don't even remember talking to Maria till Saturday, and it came, that fast. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. And it's got the butterflies here. Butterflies. Really neat. I'd read the whole thing, but I think I'd start crying or something. So, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
but it's really cool.
it
Thanks,
is really
Artie.
cool,
Thanks, Marie.
and that was really nice
Oh,
of
yeah.
them to do.
That was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all you
And
got from me was my
Dan
elephant part.
Dan saying quiet in the chat today. I did share it out loud. See, that was the thing though. To make the banner, set up the pages, set up the pay buttons, all that, it takes a lot of work just to set up one of these sales.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get that done before the beginning of the show so that we could release it and let everybody get in on the $49 sale, $49 package. I didn't have time to send out an email blast or promote on social media or anything for this show. But Maria's here
Hi, Maria.
and Ladybug's here. So if
Hi, Ladybug.
you guys have questions, pop them in the chat. We'll pull some cards. I haven't shuffled since I did the card of the day, so I'm going to chat there. Charlotte, you missed it when you were doing the hay for the sheep. Michelle said she wanted a sheep. Of course, Dan in the chat said we already have a zoo, but or a farm. I'm sorry, a farm. But it's like no sheep. But Michelle's like, oh, I want a little sheep. I'm like, well, they grow up. It's like you get the cute little baby alligator, but then it grows up and it's 500 pounds, and you can't even flush
Well,
it down the toilet at that point.
No, true, but
first of all, my sheep only have teeth on their bottom on their bottom jaw, so not too worried about crocodile teeth or alligator teeth. I don't think I've ever seen a 500-pound sheep.
That's how
And
she doesn't understand the thing I said, does she, Michelle? No, the analogy I was making, Charlotte, was Michelle said she wanted a little sheep, and I said, they grow up. It's just like as if you had a baby alligator people do, and then they grow up. I
no,
wasn't
They don't get
equating
that
the two.
big.
I wasn't
no,
saying a
I,
$500 sheep.
I totally got where you were going on that, but,
Okay. It didn't sound like it
but
because you were going on about 500-pound sheeps, and we never said 500-pound sheeps. We said 500-pound alligator.
yeah, well, I'm just
That,
saying
that's a
it's
different.
not going to grow up to be 500 pounds, but look up baby doll sheep.
Yes.
There's baby doll sheep.
I mean, they're expensive. I could never afford one,
Oh,
but
right.
they are the cutest. Oh my gosh, they're the cutest things ever. And they don't get very big, and that's why they're called baby doll sheep. They are so
Yeah.
cute.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. But
by the way, Ladybug is speaking of that. Ladybug is saying any messages from anyone who passed question mark. So if anybody comes through, and that's mostly Michelle and Charlotte do that. I don't do mediumship, but I know Michelle does, and I know Charlotte definitely does. And so if any animals or people come through, let us know. Maria says, I think I will pass my practical exam, but I have very difficult mentor. She is not friendly, but I feel like I will pass. I'm just worried that he prefers older women. I know he told me fantasies, blah, blah, blah. I'm really confused here. She went from talking about her practical exam and her mentor, I am assuming, to the guy that she's seeing and his porno movies. Okay, so Maria, we have no clue what the hell you're talking about. If you can, not write a book, but just pop a question in, try to keep it to one sentence or less, maybe 5 words. I'm wondering about X. I'm wondering about Z, whatever it is. Yeah. Wow. Again, this is the times, and there's very few times that I miss Blog Talk, but this is some of the times that I miss having somebody on the phone and you can understand what the heck it is that they're talking about and what they're asking, because text, you can get everything wrong in the text. Hey, Charlotte, I was hoping you were going to get on here because you got new decks, right? Michelle, Charlotte got new decks.
Oh,
sexy new
really? I
day.
did too. I haven't opened a couple.
Well, yeah. How many did you get? Come on,
Um,
show us with your fingers. What?
I totally missed that. I was reading the chat and then
Gracious of
what
glory.
did you ask, Michelle, Charlotte?
I asked her how many. She goes, there's a couple that I haven't opened, which prompted me to ask, how many did you actually purchase?
Oh my God. 10?
what? Me? No. Yeah.
You just went okay.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a few
So
that are still on the way. So
Oh, even more on the way, Charlotte.
counting that's part
Yeah.
of it. Um, I
go ahead.
I have a
How
question for Ladybug.
What's the question?
Um,
are we
for
supposed to just divine that question, Michelle? Or,
yeah, for
you
Ladybug,
know,
I'm curious if she knows someone with the name of Tom, or if one of her cousins may have passed over already. She was asking about a message from anyone that passed, and that's what I've gotten was a cousin possibly named Tom or Thomas. Um, and I just not sure if that is something she can resonate with.
Okay, so we'll have to wait to see if she responds.
Yeah,
Don't forget there's an 8-second delay or some ridiculous thing.
right. So I figure we can read
Yeah.
during
So like
my
when we say
questions.
something and you're hearing it, we actually said it like, 5, 8 seconds before. I don't know a Tim, she says.
A Tom.
Oh wait, she just retracted that. Okay, do you know a Tom, Ladybug? And so Dan's asking Maria, because Maria's like writing a whole book in the chat here. You know, it's the same guy that we've already given the answer, you know, regarding their relationship like a long time ago. It's, you know, Philip keeps coming up with Philip. Now she's curious about, you know, does Philip prefer older women or older looking women? And we can certainly pull a card on that. But Dan's asking Maria, I remember you talking about this before. Are you married and or living together? I don't remember the details. So yeah, she said we live together, not married. Okay, yeah, we I think one of the times we were like, run, don't walk.
More than once.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about, she didn't specifically say the last time we talked about this kind of thing, it was
Mm-hmm.
she was it was just about watching shows that were about cheating that she didn't
Mm-hmm.
like. She didn't ask specifically about porn. So I mean, technically I guess it's a separate question, but
Yeah, you're gonna
it's
have to work on your setup, Charlotte. We're seeing the side of your head.
oh just well that's yeah, that's because I'm
You need to
I
fix
know, but
so you're straight on. You know, like turn the chair or turn the thing, the camera. So I'm gonna pull a card, see what comes up. Meanwhile, we also have a question from Marion. Hi, Marion came in.
Hi,
Uh,
Marion.
Still
is
not.
American new?
So Ladybug says she doesn't know a Tom. So we're talking on Michelle's.
And
What?
I asked her a question in the chat.
Okay,
So
yeah. So Michelle might be bringing somebody in. Meanwhile, we'll go back to Maria's, but I didn't want to miss. See, that's the problem when people put in too much that like it just fills the whole chat, and I got to scroll and scroll and scroll. So Marion, sorry, said, "Hi, may I get a read? What is initial M's thoughts about me? He suddenly got cold." Okay. Did you want to pull a card on that, Charlotte? Michelle's working on Ladybug. I've got Maria in
I
here.
I I want to say to Ladybug that I didn't necessarily channel anybody for you, but the card that I pulled
Mm-hmm.
was out of my um one of my new decks. It's Wild Kuan Yin. It's another Alana Fairchild, who I've gone on and on about her many times.
Oh, let me
But
put your
I mean, okay, first of all,
let me turn my camera off so we can see it better. Michelle, turn your camera off. So Charlotte is full screen so we can see her new deck box and deck.
so this is can you see the deck? Can you see the
Oh,
box?
oh yeah, it
ooh,
looks gorgeous.
So I mean, it's like, look how big it is.
Uh-huh.
And it's got like this, it's got the cool magnet flap, right? And then inside it's got that picture in it. It's got my little crystal. I always try to put a piece of quartz in with each of my decks to keep them cleansed while I'm not using them. Um it came with this bag. The book itself is like, look how big the book is. I
Yes.
mean, it's like thick. It's like, of course, Alana always has a lot to say.
Wow.
Then the deck, this is the back of it.
oh, nice.
And then, so the card that I pulled for Ladybug, it talks about blessings to begin. So this is the message that came, because my question was, is there a message from somebody that has passed for Ladybug? And the message was, and it's this one, which is blessings are to begin.
Oh, that's one of those
And so,
horizontal decks. I love that.
well,
Mm-hmm.
not all the cards are horizontal, just a few of them.
And that's good too. Yeah, I like that.
Um, but I love her artwork because there's so, I mean, in this one in particular, there's a lot of motion in these cards, but, and I haven't done as much research on this deck yet as I should, but there's something significant about these white yaks that are in almost every single one of the cards. There are white yaks, and I've got to, or I think it's a yak, but I've got to figure out what that is. But um, so it's just, you know, what I'm getting is like things should just be really looking up, and like they want you to be happy, and like if you continue on the course you're on right now, things should just go really well for you. And hang on, because I didn't think I was going to get anything really super intuitive. I was just going to go with what the card told me, but they're they're like, yeah, there's something, I mean, what okay, here's what I'm getting. It's like, how we're in the season of spring, but that's what I feel like they're telling me about your life. Your life is like spring. Growth is about to explode out of you, like good things, like everything's going to, start coming up roses, so to speak, tulips, the trees are,
Yeah.
here we're pretty high. So we're just barely starting to see the apricot um trees get their butt, bloom, because they're always the first ones to bloom in the spring. So they just came out within the last couple of days. So that's what I'm getting, is like they're comparing your life to this season, this
Mm.
season of new growth and beginning and all that, and that everything is good and cool, and they're happy and they love you. That's, yeah. But nobody
Oh,
specific for me. I'm not that good of a medium.
so back
So
now that we did that one, back to uh Maria. Dan had come up with something and put it in the chat. Said, I apologize, but this is what has come to me. You know what you want in a relationship, and if that's not being satisfied, you may have hard decisions to make to be happy with or without your current what's that guy's name again?
Philip,
Philip. Yeah, Philip. And this is what I got because she specifically was asking, does he like older women or women that look older? And I got Six of Wands, so that's a yes. And then I asked why, and I got the King of Wands. And if you look at uh, the King, he's a little older there. I feel he's like a real old soul, and so that's why he's attracted to women that look older. Another interesting thing is I got the Ten of Wands. This is what the Ten of Wands looks like. You guys know what it looks like in the Waite Smith, and this is the Llewellyn version. And Michelle and Charlotte, if you guys look at that right away, I get the Eight of Cups vibes. Where the guy's going up the hill with the walking stick, onward and up,
Mm-hmm.
move on, move on. So that's the message that I have coming through there. Michelle, you
yeah,
had answered. Uh,
Yeah, I was talking to Ladybug, and
but it was interesting what you put in there.
I had told
Riding a
her,
bicycle.
yeah, he was saying, I don't remember things that pop out of my head. He was showing me a bicycle and saying that once you learn, you never forget. And so even if you think you forget, it's like riding a bicycle. You fall off, you get right back on it. Years later, it'll come back to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just real quick feedback from Maria. I am very sad and very down. Yes, I'm just worried he prefers someone more older looking and why he wants that. And so, the explanation came up in my cards. I really think he's just an old soul and he's attracted to more mature women because of that. Oh, Nicole came in.
Just
Yeah, okay.
just out of curiosity, Maria, how long have you been with Philip now? Because it just seems like there's so much insecurity, but I mean, you've been with us now for quite a few months, and we love having you here. Honestly, we do. Well, yeah, I know we sometimes give you a hard time about all your Philip questions, but we do love having you here. But how long have you been with this guy that you're still? I
Yeah.
mean, well, let me just put the doctor is insane because I'm
Well,
just
they
like
they live
it's
together,
and
so that makes it all
yeah,
harder.
it does. And you know what I saw about that card that you showed? To me, that
Mm-hmm.
card was like, this is a heavy load to bear.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what that last card showed me was, I mean, that's what I mean, it almost made me tired, which is, I apparently am more tuned in today than I thought I was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't log in because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get anything, but I mean, I can physically, it almost made me physically feel tired looking at that picture. I mean, as soon as I saw it,
Yeah.
I wanted to bend over and be hunched like the, and that's what I feel like Maria is carrying on her back is all those, all that stuff that she's just so worried about him. And she either needs to find a way to shed that load if she wants to stay with him
Mm-hmm.
or continue to feel all that heavy weight bearing down on her, which is not
Yeah.
a good way to live. It's
Yeah.
not. And
Uh,
life is too
Hold
short.
on, let me jump in because there's all kinds of feedback and I got to get this. Okay, so she says 8 years. They've been together 8 years. Um, and she said the very last thing just now, she said, Dax, what did the last card mean? That's what Charlotte was just talking about, Maria. I don't know if I still have. Oh, here it is. It's the Ten of Wands. It's being overburdened.
Yeah.
And that's what Charlotte was just explaining there. You're carrying this heavy load. You've been doing it for 8 years. Um,
And it seems to be getting worse. It seems to be getting heavier and heavier. And
yeah. And
it's, it's it's hard to watch people go through that,
mm-hmm.
because I mean I care.
Oh, Sahani came
I
in.
might be I might be glib about it sometimes, but I absolutely care. But
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Maria says, so I'm the one who's overburdened. Yes, obviously, Maria.
Yeah.
Not Philip. No, no, you're carrying a burden. You're wondering about all different
What
aspects of this relationship all the time and asking us here on the channel, on the shows. So obviously you are overburdened with all of this. Um, Real quick, I wanted to say hi to Shahani that came in.
hi,
Also,
so honey.
there was a question that I wanted to give Michelle. I think you're up. Which was what a lovely day. That's Nicole.
Nicole.
Yeah. And she asked for, may I have an encouraging message from my guides? I'm going through a tough time spiritually.
Okay. So here is what I have for you. So we're going to start with the 10 of Cups. And this is your spiritual family right here. It's what I'm feeling. And it's a good card. It's very much where you want to be. But you're not there because you are in the Eight of Wands. You are trapped by your own everything, actions, feelings, emotions, um, thoughts, all of it. It's all keeping you tied in. And it would be only one thing, but in this card, there's multiple things surrounding her. There's the water, there's the fire, there's all different things that are just tying her up, right? And so that's what's going on, is you are just being all tied up in different ways. However, there is some good news coming forward for you. Okay, there is something new coming in. Um, it does not necessarily mean money, that it's a pentacle, but there is a new beginning starting for you, right? And then the next card I got is the Four of Pentacles. So you're not going to be alone when this comes in. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. I can't read that. I'm backwards.
It
And so you, you are going to be
looked like
surrounded.
three of Pentacles, not six, but
I know, right?
or
You
no,
are going
wait,
to
that's
be,
IV. That's four.
yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Where's the fourth pentacle? Oh, I think it's under his foot.
It is. I
Yeah.
was wondering. It's right there.
This is a neat deck too. It's kind of like almost, I don't know how to say it. It's like
It's
the
almost
same style, identical, like a Waite Smith, but a re-envisioning of it, like if Pamela had drawn different pictures.
right. And it's like it's hidden. He's hiding this one, right? So when you are on your way and doing your thing, make sure you're keeping something just for
Oh,
yourself.
wait. Hold on. Are we doing Marion's? Because Marion's putting in the chat. Let me know if I should post my question again when it's my turn. I think we either
Yeah.
all wait, you're doing Marion's
Mar-
right now.
Oh, I thought I was doing What a
Oh,
Lovely
or
Day.
did we already do Marion's?
I think we may have skipped Marion.
No, because I remember reading the question out.
Oh, yeah.
you you asked me to pull a card on somebody that was asking, that said their relationship had gone cold,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did
yeah,
you
this is for What a
and
Lovely Day.
we didn't answer
Oh,
that,
we
or
haven't
I
got
didn't
to it
answer.
yet?
I haven't answered it yet. No.
Oh, but I gave you the question. I thought you already answered it.
No, we ended up talking to Maria for a little while longer, and
Okay.
then somehow we
All
we
right.
moved on to
Marion,
whoever.
you haven't missed it, Marion. You don't have to repost. We'll do yours in just a second when Michelle's done here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have for you. There's new things coming on that's coming for you that is going to affect everyone in a good way. And just make sure you keep some hidden and held back for yourself. So that's what I have for you.
Okay. Now we'll do Marion's. Marion, are you listening? Marion.
That reminds me of the Music Man. Marian, Madam Librarian. Okay, so the card that I pulled for her is the Woodwives, which is the adaptability card. So she's worried about, her boyfriend is, she feels like he's going cold. First of all, I'm going to say, I pulled this card that says, you know what? To me, this card today is saying you need to roll with the punches, however it comes. Let the stream take you wherever it's going to go. But if my next question is a more life coaching question, is have you talked to him about your concerns? Is he, I mean, maybe he's just going through a rough patch in his life and he needs a little space from everybody in his life, not just you. And so I think that's why you've gotten this card, this adaptability card, is just to say maybe don't hold on so tight. Um, you know, let him, let him float out there. a little bit further out of your orbit than normal. And then give him the opportunity to talk to you if he will, and he may not, because sometimes people have a really hard time being forthcoming about what they're feeling and stuff. And so yeah, so this is from my old Steady Eddie deck, my Shaman's Dream
I love
deck.
that. I was gonna say how pretty the picture was.
Well,
Uh-huh.
all the artwork in that deck is just so incredible.
Yeah.
I have been in love with that deck since the first time I opened it up, and the same with these other two decks that I just got, because remember I was telling you about, as I was going through them, I got like several huge spells of goosebumps, which is like to me is like the affirmation that, yep, this card is resonating. There's some really
Mhm.
cool messages here. And
I
and
can't
then my
wait to
other
see
deck,
all the new decks.
yeah, my other deck is called
And Michelle's
the
Yeah.
Hero's Journey.
Hero's
Ooh,
Journey.
And the
nice.
artwork on this is by Razuli. And I have another deck that the artwork is by him. It's my Rumi deck. It's another Alana Fairchild deck. That deck is, whew, that's an
I love
that's
her.
an amazing deck. That is that Rumi deck. I mean, if you don't have that yet, Michelle, put that on your list.
Okay.
It's an amazing deck. But this is I honestly, this actually came recommended by somebody else quite a while ago.
Mhm.
Oh, it was Mary's friend. The guy from Spain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. I can see his face. We've talked many times for quite a while on. Yeah, he likes to call me on Facebook Messenger, and
Oh yeah,
when he's
me too.
drunk and talk, he's funny. But anyway, um, I've never had any. I don't have any decks by this person, but I am gonna see what they have to say also. But
Mm. Oh, I think we have
um,
someone new. Shelby, good evening, liked and subscribed.
Hi,
Yay.
Shelby.
Hey,
yeah. Anyway,
Shelby.
this is the one with the sun, and so be the light, and I think that ties in so well with
Mhm.
this adaptability card. Just you be the best person you can be. Uh, let your glorious light shine out into the world. And if
I
if
got feedback from Marion.
dumbhead boyfriend has really gone cold, and he's only dumbhead if he's really gone cold, but you know, let your just keep your light out there, and if it's meant to be, he'll be drawn back into you. And I'm not going to use the phrase like a moth to a flame, because they end up just beating themselves against the light, but he'll be drawn to your warmth, and just you being you, and that's all part of like this adaptability, letting go
Mm-hmm.
of your hold a little bit, and you know and giving him a chance to maybe take a breather, because like I said, you never know what's going on in somebody's life
So
until you
Marion
ask them.
Marion had given feedback. Yes, could be. We're just in the talking stage. And Shelby says, how's everyone doing? I told her about my mom passing.
Yeah.
Doing as best as possible. By the way, right after mom passed, I got a fortune cookie. And even though we did a card of the day, I'm going to do the fortune cookie
Yes. Yes.
because I read that. So this was Friday or Saturday. I read this, and it's like it's important to broaden your horizons day by day.
Mm.
And so I thought that was a good message for what was going on. And it's like I got to broaden my horizons. Use this as an opportunity to do new and better things, greater things. And also, the interesting thing is, I think it fits in perfectly with, even though people have different issues and different problems in the chat today, I think they all need to broaden their horizon, especially Maria.
Yeah, but you know what, Dax? Didn't that is not the only affirmation that you got about broadening your horizons since she's
Mm,
passed. I think your mom is busy on the other side. I think she is busy like
I hope so.
making sure you're getting some messages and encouraging
Mm-hmm.
you to move on because I know that that is a new one. And I know you've told me, I think I can't remember what they were, but
Yeah.
it seems like you told me two or three other things that were like kind of like pointing you in the direction of moving, broadening your horizons and um
I had
maybe
a
taking some new challenges and stuff like that.
right. I had another one here. This is the last one was your reward is the walk, not the destination. I like that one.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dax.
Uh-huh.
Just so I can somewhat justify my addiction, I gave two of those decks to Dan.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, one was the Godfather Tarot and the other one was I think it was like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I love
So,
that idea because I love Sherlock Holmes.
so
But
they're not all
Michelle,
for me.
don't worry. Don't worry about no, 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 no. You're supposed to have an addiction, and I've got justification for it. You know what your justification is? You can do a lot of content doing reviews, full reviews, and shorter walkthroughs on all these decks.
Yes, and I
And we
need to get caught up.
and we'd have all of these videos. If you did a say 10-minute walkthrough, 5 or 10 minute walkthrough, and then maybe a slightly longer like review of each deck, that's 2 videos per deck. That'd be with 10 decks, that'd be 20 videos
Yeah.
that we can add to
This
this
one's not even
channel.
open. Like the
Yeah.
package is still on it.
And instead of just having lives, I want more content like that, you know,
Okay.
because when we upload shorter videos, people will start watching them more and we'll get
Yes.
more uh views and everything like that. I want to do
Oh, sorry. I
I just
interrupted.
want to say I want to do some where I like just take pieces of the course and just put it out there, 5 minutes, how this works, how that works,
Yep.
numerology, tarot things, and just throw it all out there. That's what I want to do. Also, I'm thinking of, you would think it'd be the opposite because we cut back on the shows a little and everything like that. And then this week we didn't even, we had to cancel shows on the weekend because of my mom passing, and we didn't even know if we were going to do this show. And you would think, if anything, I would want to cut back more. But now I'm like, I might just randomly different times of the day just start jumping on here on a live just to
You've been talking about that for a
see
while,
what
so I think you
happens.
should do it. You've been
Yeah.
because you have been that particular idea has been floated out there like
Well, yeah, but circumstances, Charlotte, circumstances. So what happened was that's what I wanted to do, but could not do it because more and more I was having to help mom and dad,
yeah.
especially mom. And so I gave up on that idea. And actually, I've been cutting back. And I was thinking I was going to cut back maybe to just one show on the weekend, if that, because some weekends, I was trying to think here. If Michelle show, no, Michelle show's never on the same time as the Angelic View because theirs is the first and third. I guess sometimes it does line up though. Anyway,
Right.
but my point with that is, I can get in 2 shows a month on the weekend with this stuff, the Psychic Cafe Live versus the Angelic View and Michelle's Mystic Corner, the custom shows. And so I was thinking of actually cutting back, and I had totally given up on the idea of doing randoms and trying to do something every day or something like that. But now that mom's passed, it's like there's a huge burden lifted, and time wise, I could actually do that now. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually am a little excited about it because it's it's going to get, you know, the more shows we're doing, the more viewership you get, because they know you're on. I know, like, uh Christiana Godet, she does like 4
Oh yeah.
a week, just her. And
Yeah.
and who else is it?
I'm on hers all the time.
What's her one of our members that does lives and has other people on with her all the time, and she's been a guest on our show, and my mind is just,
I,
I'm just blank. I want to say, it's not Pamela, but it's
Pamela Maria,
no, I don't know. My mind's blank.
Sharona. I
Yeah.
lost. I don't know.
It's one of our members. She's a lifetime member, and we've interviewed her, with her decks and books and things like that. And now I'm just drawing a blank, and I'm looking on YouTube and I can't find it. But anyway, she does like 3, 4, 5 a week. And she'll have these different co-hosts on, sort of like what we do. But
Yeah,
but she
yeah.
does, but her and Christiana and everything, they do it, so frequently and stuff. I like the way Christiana does it specifically, because
Mm-hmm.
she does the beginning of the week show, and then she does the roundup show, and then she
Mm-hmm.
does the psychic sampler on Saturday, and then I think maybe Sunday something. Anyway, I think it's like Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I
And
think.
I think she does a Wednesday morning really early, I think.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sahani. So sorry to hear that. Virtual hug. Yay. So
Oh, you
we gotta
know,
get we gotta get out of here. It's 3 o'clock.
and I just, if I can add really quick,
Sure.
um, my numerology reports are on still on sale for 49.99. However, if you get a numerology report from me, I have this really cool, I will get it. Here we go. This is my son's chart that I made up for him, and it will be laminated with my chart. um, I'll get all your information. I put on there your sun
Oh,
sign,
okay.
this, and the constellation for your sun sign. Um, and I can do different things on it, and I'll get it all laminated, and that'll be a free gift on with your numerology report. And you can hit me up at psychic.cafe/Michelle.
And I just put all of our links in there:
Oh, yay.
psychic.cafe/Charlotte, psychic.cafe/Dax, psychic.cafe/Michelle. So you can get a numerology report. I love laminated stuff like that. That's really cool.
Me
And
too.
by the way, when you go over to, I also put in the spring sale again. You can grab the spring sale package at psychic.cafe/spring. And I put the link in. But also, if you scroll towards the bottom, you can book a session with me for $49.99. So that's half price. I normally charge $99.99. So that's going to include your numerology, as well as tarot, life coaching, the whole gamut, all the stuff I do. Where
Yep.
did Charlotte go? She, like,
I don't know. She clicked off.
maybe because we were coming to the end of the show and she needed to get off.
Maybe.
Okay, we're gonna
Hmm.
get out of here, folks. So thanks everybody for being here. My
Bye,
my
everybody.
first show back since Mom passed, and I'm glad I actually made it through the whole thing without crying.
You did good. You did good.
Remember Maria's and Artie's thing they sent me? It's so cool. I wish
I
more
love
people
it.
were, thoughtful like that. I got to remember that, so when someone else's, loved one passes, I hope I remember, oh, you can do that cool thing on Amazon and they get it in a day.
Right? Yes.
Well, thanks for joining me and hanging out with
Thank
me.
you.
And by the way, we never mentioned what's coming up next, which is Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday, what are master numbers? And you, me, and Charlotte. And then Sunday is the Angelic View. And by the way, that's the last one for the season. They're going on, Ginger and Maria are going on hiatus. I told Ginger if she wants to keep doing shows, because we love her shows, right, Michelle?
Yes, absolutely.
That she can if she wants through the summer, but Maria usually takes a hiatus. She's going up to New York from Florida. Wednesday, April 9th. So a week from today, same bat time, same bat channel. Our new time, 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 5 p.m. New York. We're
Yep.
gonna we're gonna do another coffee social. And then coming up on Saturday, April 12th, Michelle's Mystic Corner.
Woohoo.
Pairing decks for a new experience. That should be
Oh,
really cool.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I don't have a slide for it, but the 13th will be, let me get my list here. What is your life path that Sunday? And I also asked, let's see if I can do this real quick. That's Sunday, April 13th. Oh God, I hate when I try to type fast, it just doesn't work. April 13th. Let's see if I can get this picture. This is really cool. I want you to see it, Michelle. 13th. There we go. I asked Pamela to join
Ooh,
us. I asked Pamela to join us on the
I love
13th.
it.
What is your life path number? We can all hang out together. I think I think that'll
Yes.
totally be cool. Yes. And so if you want to grab us a cup of coffee, here's our coffee page. And remember, you could become a host on the network too. If you ever wanted to do podcasting, come join us already, and then we'll see you on Saturday.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Dax.
And yay.
Hmm.
So Saturday,